Hi viewers, I thought I'd put out this inspirational video for you just to help bring some perspective maybe on a hedge against inflation. Anyway, there was a couple things that inspired me to do this, one of which was the premiums on precious metals, and the other was a trip to the grocery store last week. And I'm sure you're all fully aware, gas prices have shot up, and obviously you're noticing food prices going up as well. But anyway, I actually done a comparison. I still had a receipt from August 21 and obviously got my receipt from March 2022 and compared the two. And as you will see in a minute, I'll post them up with all the other shopping obliterated, and so you can see what's gone up by what percentage. I mean, it averaged I think about 10% when I went through the whole receipt, and those receipts of course persuaded me to look to see what other things were going up as well. But anyway, we'll get on with that in a minute. Let's have a look at the receipts. I'll post them up here right now. Well, as you can see, just on those few items, and there was way more, I just put those in just for the video. And so food has clearly gone up by about 10%, and it's all consumable stuff you'd buy weekly or monthly like I do. Anyway, so the coins in front of you are here to reference the spot price or paper price of certain commodities. That one being a reference to gold, and reference to platinum, a reference to silver, and I'm sure many of you know what this is. It is a steel cent, so it's a reference to steel, but not as a commodity, but as a consumer product. Anyway, so let's take a look at the price, or the paper price of these. I'm not referring to the physical price that you have to pay for these physical items. So the gold last August was 1784, and as of this video I think it's 1926. So it's gone up by 7.37%. Platinum was 1007 and it's now 1027. So I didn't even bother working the percentage because it's so small. Silver was about 24 and is currently still about 24. Anyway, I'm sure you might be interested to know steel as a commodity was about 1804 and it's now 1907, so it's gone up 5.4%. Anyway, so my personal leaning, if you're talking about metals, is platinum's probably a good buy at the moment. I think there's there's a good chance that might go up, but you've got to get it without those silly premiums, which is virtually impossible. But anyway, so on to really the context of the video, and what really inspired me was I was checking other items that I buy regularly and comparing to see how much they went up. And I was pretty shocked by some of them, and one of which, these, which I'm sure most of you guys use, and of course ladies as well, for your legs. made from steel, you see. That's what the link is, steel blades. But anyway, last year I bought three packs of these razor blades, and they were I bought them in November, and they were £14, and I've just bought some more, basically as a hedge against inflation, because I'm going to use them. They're not going to break down, they're not going to deteriorate. I mean, maybe in 10 years they might, or if you put them in a damp environment. And they're now £14.75, which is a 5% increase, and that's since November, which is quite a lot in a short period of time. That's from the same company I bought them from. But the worst offender I noticed was this one. I know there's been a lot of humour and talk about TP over the past couple of years, but as many of you know who follow my channel, I buy many things in bulk, and this is one of them. And last April I bought 108 rolls of luxury 3-ply toilet paper, 108 rolls, which cost me £23. So I went back to the same wholesaler, as I was getting a bit low. I've obviously done a lot of arse wiping. Anyway, I went back to the same wholesaler to buy the same ones again, and they're now £30, which is a £7 increase, which equates to 23.3% rise. So the whole point I'm trying to get at is, you know, to hedge against inflation, you don't necessarily, as much as we all love the shiny silver, gold, platinum or whatever, you don't necessarily have to be buying those metals, or if you can't afford them, you know, you can just stock up on other consumables, and that is still a hedge against inflation. You know, had I bought 216 of these last year at £23 each, £23, you know, for 108, I'd have obviously saved myself the £7 now. So it would have been a good inflation hedge. Obviously there are downsides to that. You need to have the space to store that stuff. Unlike the razor blades, you know, take up very little space. I don't leave these in the bathroom in case they do get damp. I live in a cupboard in the bedroom, so they should be okay for many years. So basically, you know, I'm just saying, you know, is it worth looking beyond silver and gold if there are other ways you can protect yourself on even more inflation? Obviously we know that food products deteriorate, but there are many other consumables that we use which don't deteriorate, or deteriorate very slowly, that you can, you know, put your money in, which will ultimately save you in the long run. And like I said, silver has virtually stayed the same. Gold is up 7.3%, so it's done slightly better than if I'd have bought a ton of razor blades, but it is not, you know, not far off. Obviously toilet rolls, I would have you'd need a warehouse to have to have done anything with that. But you know, there are many other things that we as people consume on a daily basis that you know, take a look at what you're using, and you know, and if you still got the receipts, look at what you last paid for it and look how much it's gone up. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have bought 216 rolls of toilet paper this time, because next year, rather than £30, it's going to be Lord only knows what. But you know, you have to bring some kind of balance to it. I still want to do a bit of hedging with the metals, but I'm also hedging with my, you know, home home hedging, that's what I'd call it, yeah, home hedging. So anyway, I hope you found the video interesting and helpful, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Keep calm and keep stacking those toilet rolls.